Welcome to the Global Ectropy Green Harmony Training Series. By the end of the series you will be able to develop processes to reduce toxic risk in your life and your company. The series is designed to guide company green teams and process owners through the transformation towards healthier products and environments. The first step in successful transformation is shifting your mindset to believing good change is something you can accomplish. Repeat to yourself, we are able to improve our awareness and ability to make our environment safe. Now that you know you can do this, please relax and have fun learning.
Here you can get to know a little bit about Cecilia Wandiga. You have realized by now this is not her voice. We represent the voices of engaged business community members like you. In the global Ectropy space you are guided through discussion. As you can see on the slide, the Global Ectropy team is comprised of strategic alliance partners who bring the African diaspora perspective on sustainability and company growth. You have heard it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to solve a complex problem. African culture places a high value on proximity to nature and social cohesiveness. Reducing toxic environments and developing healthier products is not a solo act. It will take a global village of coordinated activities. We believe this perspective helps you see the role you can play in reducing toxins. Your objective in this training is to develop skills you can embed with your green teams and process owners as you work to eliminate toxins in your company. Meditation is a tool to reprogram our thought processes so we can adopt new behaviors. Keep the two thoughts at the bottom of in your minds as you go through the training series. Manufacturing systems were developed when the average lifespan was 30 years. Today 80-year lifespans are normal. Manufacturing planning cannot remain focused on time frames shorter than one person's life. Continuous improvement in medicine has increased longevity in a sustainable manner. Toxic chemicals reduce longevity and pollute the environment to make resources unsustainable. Instead of 30-year planning, we need to plan for 2 generations, which is at least 160 years. By developing a continuous improvement manufacturing plan to reduce toxic chemicals, your company can contribute to the longevity of your local community as well as to the sustainability of the planet for at least 2 generations, maybe even 7. Yes, that means 560 years, which also means we have a lot of planning to do. Let's get started on your continuous improvement in healthy manufacturing plan.
The diagram before you outlines the components of Global Ectropy's Green Harmony Training Series. We view regulation as an opportunity for continuous improvement. We do not deny that the regulatory landscape is conflicting and burdensome. Notwithstanding, we believe rules enable us to understand what is needed for standardization. Think of sports. In a game with no rules, how does one decide who is playing fairly? The same applies to industry. Globally, countries and companies have agreed safety extends beyond the company walls. Safety is an individual responsibility and we can all play a part in creating healthier environments. Your company's growth depends on your company's brand image and reputation for quality. Toxins and pollution are wastes that need to be reduced. Process owners are everyone in a company who commits to taking responsibility for adding value to the company's effort to create safer environments. We focus on the safety arc, and the arc represents awareness, restoration, and consciousness as reiterative steps we can take to improve our awareness and our ability to make our environment safe.
Your Green Harmony training is divided into 3 phases. We recommend taking the phases in order, but the training is designed in a modular fashion so you can start with the phase you feel is best for your company. The first phase links toxic reduction efforts to your long-range planning. 21st-century companies are those that develop sustainable strategies that integrate environmental and social benefits with the financial benefit the company offers its customers and stakeholders. Awareness of regulation is the bare minimum for compliance. Toxic reduction is a continuous improvement effort in which you leverage your company's brand position in order to restore health and safety to the communities in which you operate. This means you stay focused on what you do best, your product or service. The improvement is how you use your product or service to raise consciousness on how the world can be a better place. If you make hammers, hammers are a symbol of justice and a symbol of strength. You can turn your hammers into a force that pounds out toxins. There are rules to safe hammering so that you don't accidentally hit something that is good instead of a toxin. Just like skillful hammering takes time to learn, skillful sustainable strategic execution is a process that must mirror your company's growth. The three-step arc of awareness, restoration, and consciousness will guide you through this growth.
Phase 2 of your Green Harmony training focuses on ISO 9001 risk-based thinking. Using the ISO risk-based thinking principles enables you to shape your quality design standards in a manner that includes environmental and social risks. Think of regulations as the voice of the customer, an insight that you usually spend a fortune to try and obtain.
When customers are not happy with your product, they complain. Well, they mostly vent. The venting rarely gives you the technical specifications you need in order to improve your product or service. When issues accumulate enough, customers ask governments to pass regulations that give companies the technical specifications for improvement.
Predatory lending is one social example of a toxic problem that impacts manufacturing. Some businesses offered loans to those who are short a paycheck or two. The idea was appealing because it offered a service not offered by banks, short-term loans. The problem was that the interest was too high for the short amount of time of the loan. Companies complained people took short-term loans but paid back as if they were long-term or did not pay at all. These are systemic governance issues.
Loans can be toxic if poorly managed. Payment defaults are a risk to the lender. Exorbitant interest rates are a risk to the borrower. As we have experienced in the global economic downturn, when communities do not have money, they cannot afford to buy manufactured goods. People cannot afford quality products if the quality costs more than their disposable income. This creates an environment where cheap goods that do not meet regulatory standards can flourish like a virus. Manufacturers are not lenders, but they do catch the flu when lenders are cold and when people are poor. When manufacturers have the flu, their production drops, which means human productivity drops, which means wages drop and workers get less money. When workers have less money, they are angry customers and they will vent. Machines increase productivity, but they do not replace human capacity. Human capacity falls when it is not given a chance to refine itself because machines are used as cheap labor substitutes. Continuous improvement on human learning curves are necessary for societal evolution to progress. A machine can quickly acquire information and execute tasks.
However, it takes a human brain to apply information in meaningful ways that are relevant to the local and situational context. A machine can produce a widget in record time. A human is needed to look at the widget production process and realize the plant, species or social quality of life is decaying as more widgets are produced. A human is also needed to determine whether the machine production parameters are generating expected customer satisfaction levels for quality and safety. Humans can still recognize the significance of a grimace faster than any machine. Without numerous people employed in manufacturing activities that directly improve their lives and their professional growth, there is apathy. Apathy generates avoidance, which leads to skills gaps. The root cause in this systemic problem is low wages for the worker. Low wage creates cycles of desperation that reverberate beyond the company walls. Predatory lending is just one example of why social risk becomes a manufacturing risk. The system of production and consumption is out of balance. ISO 9001 focuses on risk prevention so that you can enhance customer satisfaction. Happy customers enhance your brand image. 21st century companies include society as company customers because brand image is not just about who buys your products. Brand image is about how society at large views the impact of your products and those who purchase your products. Brand image is enhanced when your impact is positive. Positive impact includes reducing both chemical and social toxins so that community environments are healthy and manufacturing can flourish. Your green process owners will learn how to seek harmony in paradoxical situations so that your company can improve health and safety for the environment and society.
Phase 3 gets to the nitty-gritty of continuous improvement, measurement and analysis. The Global Ectropy Green Harmony training uses Lean Six Sigma principles and techniques to create continuous and incremental good change. Kaizen is the Japanese word for good change. Good change comes from a focus on conservation. Conservation is lean thinking. The more we save and the less we waste, the more surplus we can accumulate. Six Sigma gives us a standardized way of comparing measurements. We want to make sure all companies are progressing. A company of 3 people makes a percentage of improvement. A company of 30,000 people makes a percentage of improvement. We can compare their progress on the same basis using a Sigma score. Your green team process owners are charged with defining, measuring, analyzing, improving and controlling variation in a way that keeps everyone focused on progress. Each company can have a different response to regulation. This is human unique identity manifest in an organizational setting. The part we strive to control is the elimination of variations that have a negative impact. Think of clean energy. One company uses solar, another uses biogas, another uses wind energy. These variations are welcome. The variation we do not want is increase in pollution and polluting or toxic emissions. Lean techniques enable us to reduce the defect of toxic emissions. 6 enables us to measure those teeny-weeny pollution particles so that defects per million is down to 3.4. In other words, our air becomes 99.9997% clean. You can breathe easier with this safety awareness because your lungs are restored to healthy breathing, which clear head for improved consciousness. Now that you know what the 3 training phases are about, relax and join us on the Green Harmony.
Thank you for taking a look at our preview. This is Cecilia Wandiga speaking in my own voice, so you're reassured I am a live human. We hope you've enjoyed the overview of Global Ectropy's Green Harmony training series. Our bigger hope is that you are excited and energized enough to register for one of the training programs we're offering. See the registration form below this demo in order to sign up. If you do not see something you would pay for now, but are interested in what we have to offer, use the registration form to send us a note on what you'd like to see us offer. When we see an area with significant demand, we're always happy to expand our service offerings. Now, let us begin the journey towards using manufacturing and production systems to create abundant, healthier, safer environments now and for the 7 generations to come.